Hi guys. So another thing I wanted to share with you was regarding all of these prenatal screening tests. When do you do them? Why are they important? Do you have to have them? Does every doctor do it the same way? And all that fun stuff. Well, I found out the hard way because I was freaking out over everything. I thought, based on all what I've seen through my friends, is they have to have this screening done at 9 weeks for the chromosome testing. They have to have this other test along with the translucency test. Um, and then they have to have this other test. And so when I spoke to the OB for the first time at 10 weeks, she's like, oh no, I don't do that. I only do the panorama. I don't do the translucency test. I don't do the maternity 21. I don't do the translucency test. And I'm like this. In my head, I'm like, oh my God, this lady is like old school. Like, I don't understand. How do you not take these tests? Why do you take the test so late? What's going freaking out? So, so one thing I learned through all this freaking out, and my poor agent Kim at Conceivabilities, I have to driven her crazy along with Deb. But they're great. They calmed me down and made me understand that I need to better educate myself. It's not their job to educate me on all of these things. They could give me as much advice as possible, but they can't make decisions for me. I can't expect them to tell me what I need to have at what time and what. It doesn't work that way because it's up to the doctor's protocol, right? It's not their protocol. It's not my protocol. Questions, concerns I have, I could ask the OB to do and for, but here is what to know, right? So there are so many tests and there's so many names that they're called and what have you. I'm not going to go into details. I'm just going to just tell you the basics. But it's really not about me educating you what these tests are, but really understanding of what you need to do for yourself as far as what's important to you, how important is it, and when should you start having these conversations and with whom, right? So there are tests such as the maternity 21, which tests for all these other abnormalities, right? Whether it's Down syndrome, the T2, T3. I'm not going to get technical, but basically checking the baby's going to be okay chromosomally, what have you, right? In our case, we did CCS, which is the highest form of embryo testing you can do that covers a lot more than what PGD does. But still, it doesn't mean that PGS and PGD are not good. They're wonderful, right? So if you've already had these tests done, congratulations. And with the normal embryo, that tells you that the baby's going to be okay for the most part, right? There's a very small chance that it's not going to be. So keep that at the back of your mind. Um, It'll help calm you down through needing to know if you have to take all these tests. So there's maternity 21, which is, I think there's also the Harmony, which are very similar, that could start as early as 9 weeks up to 12 weeks. So you could do that. Not every doctor does that. Our doctor only did the panorama, only to find out after our surrogate drives out an hour to the clinic for her panorama test to be told panoramas are not done on surrogates because of the whole DNA mixture, non-mixed, whatever it is. It's not the same DNA. So important to know what tests your doctor does beforehand at your 10-week appointment and know what tests are important to you. So educate yourself, read up, learn about these things. If you have any questions, talk to maybe your agency. Maybe they have some information to help you through the process. Talk to the fertility clinic. They're really good. They'll be able to tell you what's important, what does it do, and but ultimately, it's your choice. Do you want to take these tests or not? No one's going to hold it against you if you don't. No one's going to say you're going to hurt your baby or something's going to happen. No, these are all your choices. You don't also want to overkill because it's just going to stress you out. I did the maternity 21 because she didn't take it. So at 12 weeks, we were just scrambling, trying to find someone who can quickly take this test. along with the translucency test, because she doesn't do the translucency test because she relied on the panorama. But because now there's no panorama, I wanted that extra security. So have this stuff already prepared ahead of time, right? Know your stuff. If I had known what the panorama test involved, then I would have known that it's not for surrogates. Listen, yeah, should the doctor have known? Yes, but it was her first time, I think, working with a surrogate. So a lot of these OBs maybe have never worked with a surrogate, and things are a little different, right? So that is important. Prepare yourself, know what the tests are, what they mean, and how important it is for you to know them, right? Some of them give you a lot of false positives, right? But, you know, just educate yourself, okay? Don't expect the agency to educate for you or anyone else. Get at least know stuff so that you know what to ask for when you do talk to your agency or your fertility clinic or the OB. Also, there's this quad test in your second trimester. Um, this quad test, if you've already done the maternity or the harmony or whatever it is, if you've already done that and you've already had your PGD, PGS, you had the translucency test at the 10 weeks, and everything is fine. Do you really need the quad test? I'm not going to make that choice for you, but you know, supposedly it's a little outdated in the way it gathers information. It's not very accurate. That just causes, I've heard, more stress, and in the end, it ends up always being okay. The baby's normal. So things to know: just educate yourself, learn about all these tests, find out what's important to have. Do you really need them, and do you care? And if you do care, then learn. Okay. I learned the hard way. I freaked out. I assumed that she had to take these tests. Everyone does these tests by the certain time and day and so forth. But no, it's okay. Expect that the doctor may not do those things. So talk to them ahead of time and then learn about it and see if it's important for you to do and see if they could do them for you. Okay. So yeah. Okay. All fun stuff.